Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and today we are going to be continuing the Angels playthrough. I am just checking all the levels. Cool, all looks good. Looks like we're coming through and the stream is happening and all of that good stuff. Awesome. So, a little bit of an explanation. I had planned, essentially, to leave the game running for, I don't know, an hour or something, while I was doing other things and have the bots build the copper factory. I don't think I played anything this week. I've had a really bit of a rubbish week from all sorts of different perspectives. And as I say, I didn't even do it, but there was also a bit of a problem, which is you can just see that I've literally just fixed as I've started the game up now, which is that there was no power connecting the build with the main factory. So I have literally just put in that power pole there, and that's connected them up, and so they'll actually start building the copper build now, which they wouldn't have done anyway. But I literally only just spotted that. So we're going to continue the copper build. Well, I say the original plan post stream last week was that I was going to put the trains in, for example, and kind of work on that. As I say, I have literally not played because I've both not had the time and not been feeling well enough. We are desperately in need of copper. I had thought about maybe doing the biological stuff, but copper is... we've got a tiny, tiny, tiny trickle of copper coming out of... Which build is it? It is this one, I think. So I don't even know what that's there. So there's 13,000, so it will just keep trickling a little bit out. But the lack of copper means there's no green circuits here, which means very little is kind of being built. We could just flip over to the bio if I get this sort of sorted out. In terms of, I build the trains and we could start looking at the bio stuff again. But for now, we need to finish off the copper. Right, so let's head up there then. But first, let us see if we need to get some stuff. I think we probably do. Yes, okay, so let's go and stock up. Right then. So I should have most of the stuff here. Oh, what are they empty? Oh, wood, okay. Yeah, so not been feeling very well, basically, this week. I am still suffering to some degree with the cold I had last week, which is really hanging around. But also, I went and had my COVID and flu vaccines on Thursday. So even though it should have kicked my bum yesterday and I should have been fine today, actually I felt okay yesterday, which was weird. Every time I've had a vaccine or booster, it's laid me low, basically. Which is a good sign that the vaccine is a good idea for me. If I react badly to a vaccine, then the actual disease would probably be fairly fatal. But yes, so things are also not going great at work. I'm having to do the project that the whole point of me changing jobs was kind of trying to avoid. There is no sign of... we've got green wires and red wires. No sign yet. They are literally just doing interviews, even though it's been 7 months since we found out. But they're just doing interviews to get somebody in. So I'm having to pick up all of that up, and it's turned me into Mr. Grumpy again, which is a big part of why I don't want to do the job anymore. I keep forgetting to move that. Can I do that via these settings? Interface. It's... because doesn't it say left? Or centre or something somewhere? Show mini-map, mouse and keyboard control hints, tips and tricks, notifications, turret radius. Oh, we want that on. This is all because of the new machine. Like that visualization, logistics network icon. Grid when game is paused. Character GUI. Tool window next to quick bar, that's the one. I want inserter arrows on. Actually, no, let's leave that off. It goes for available. With items. Cool. Awesome. So let's actually get some useful stuff then. We want some. Well, let's just round them off, I guess. What about regular inserters? So I've got some more of those. Long-handed. What about your belts? We don't have a lot of belts, but I think that's because they're in the car. Can we check? No, it doesn't have anything in it. So did I put a big old box up here? That would be, yeah, there we go. So we got a box with pipes and... Oh, it's only got red belts in it. Okay. Oh, it is a storage chest, though. So the bots can get at that. That's okay. Right, so... We don't have hardly any pipes in there, which I guess is because they've put them down. Let's get a few of them. For me. Don't really need splitters. Pipes is fine. Power poles. Now they're over at the other base. I'm just going to round that off. If we're going to do rail, I guess we should have rail on us. Have I got any trains? I don't think I have I? Let's do... kind of a 4 and 4 of each. Could also dump that in there. Get rid of that. I got loads of gun turrets for some reason. I don't know why I got all of them. I guess because I was doing combat last time. We'll leave the weird and funky machines. So yes, I'm not feeling great, basically. I think that's because of the vaccine. It was done at pharmacist did it, and he really... I've not had any problems with it, but he's really, like, I don't know what it is. Is it like a bruising, or basically it's really inflamed the area. So it's actually quite painful as well. Whenever I just like accidentally touch it. So I'm full of moans and complaints as per usual then, as well. Power poles we were going to get, weren't we? Have I got? Yep. Let's put away. Got to dump any of them? No, that's fine. I don't need to do that. We've got these guys. Okay, so that's a good amount of stuff. I've got loads of furnaces, haven't I? So maybe I could put them in. Shouldn't lights be here as well? Yeah. Okie dokie. Pig in a pokey. Right. I'm also gonna grab some copper. And have we got steel? Yeah, steel. Steel is a thing now. There's not a lot of that thing, but there is some of that thing. Which is good. Let's see if our green circuit box... Oh, it does exist. Okay. Right then, so we are topped up. Let's find the car and head up to the copper area. But yes, as a result of obviously the my plan for this weekend had originally been doing all the sort of modifications and setting up my new stream, playing about the Stream Deck, that sort of thing. Haven't done any of that because I've basically just been feeling rotten. I will probably leave it all till Christmas now. I'm kind of doing my classic thing of I do pretty much every Christmas, which is just a massive list of things that I couldn't possibly achieve in the time available. But there we go. I don't know why they suddenly sprang into action then. I was just going to dump out. I'm going to have chests all over the place in this. But if that's all finished, that part of it, then there's no point carrying those around. So, let's see if we can't do a little bit of useful stuff here, for starters. Get the actual copper flow in, so that I can properly check. Well, it's not copper, is it? It's stereotype or whatever it is. I'm just wondering if that's... Is that too loud? I think it might be. I can't figure this is two things have happened. One is that the microphone seems to be a lot quieter for no apparent reason. That might be too quiet, but yeah, it just seems to have lost volume compared to being on the other machine. No idea why. But also, when you do the focus change, I had this problem with Steam games. When you change the focus away from the game, like the microphone and headphones would just, you know, go quieter, basically. Which is obviously some setting somewhere, but I could never find it. And that seems to have gone. So, kind of confirms that it must have been some setting or other. Wow, that's a lot of belt, isn't it? Crikey. Let's also make sure. That there are mechanisms for powering things. A lot of this like swarming behaviour is going to be fixed in the version 2. Yeah, it's a lot about. And I need more. So, do we do that, or do we go and add on some trains? Because we've got a random thing coming out of there, and I think that's coal. Let's have a look. Yes, so that should be a line of coal. Now, it's been dropped off there, but I've also got a coal drop off here. So we could probably do a combining them into one thing. I don't know if I even included that. Hopefully not. Yeah, it looks like I have. Okay. So let's go and edit the blueprint because it doesn't look like I maybe finished that. So let's get rid of this jiggery pokery. This should be the slag, I think. Don't know what these are actually doing as such. Was that the slag? Yeah, it is. So, I probably want... What do I want to do? Because at the moment I've just taken it all the way down here. Around here. Some of it should be being made into bricks, but that's all full. And then instead it's just going into this liquefier. Because it's actually the stone, isn't it? Stone byproduct. And that's been turned into slag, which appears to have basically stopped. Is that what they're doing? What are they actually pumping out then? Oh, I'm just literally dumping it. Okay. So this is more a problem that there's no oxygen. That's separate. Okay. So, I could do this, couldn't I? I could recreate this. I'm sure the stone is super useful, but... eh. So if I just sort of grab that more as a reminder, what we can actually do is put this over here. Where we got water in? Yeah, water's not too far away. So if we put this just here temporarily, and then, oops, let's get rid of all that. Okay. And then, what's the core bit? I guess the core bit is that, isn't it? Now, if I pop that there, I make that a fast belt. Make that a fast inserter. And power. Oh, I haven't got any of them. Liquefiers. Liquefiers. So, I'm going to make one. Because I'm going to use stone brick. Oh dear. They are pumping out a byproduct, aren't they? Or a waste product. Yes, which is at the moment going into one of these. So if we put it sort of there in case I need to add a second one, have I got any of them? Oh, I got one. Okay. Put one of them in. But we need water. Oh, it's in and out. Okay, that's annoying, but okay. So I don't think I need the oxygen production thing for this. But we'll have to see. Right. We'll just do that. Get a mess of pipes going on. Oops, like so. And then if I do a straight line, yeah, we hit water. Cool. They said in the most recent Friday Facts was a whole bunch of small quality of life things, basically. They're all well, some of them a bit less than the others, but they've done one for the pipes, because you know that thing where you're trying to find the exact distance that the pipe is. Basically, when you hit that point, so the max extent, it now goes green. The yellow lines go green. I don't know, they described it as being super useful, and it does feel like it probably would be. But the video they showed of it, the person doesn't really seem to benefit massively from using it. But I think that's just because they were, I would just stick a video in and, didn't really sort of plan it out, as it were. But because it applies to undergrounds as well, so the person was, laying down undergrounds. And when you get to that point, rather than having to do that to work out what the maximum distance is, it'd just be green there, so it'd be yellow and then green. I'd say that seemed to work better, but with the pipes, they did seem to just go quite a lot still. So yeah. We want offshore pumps, which do not live in the normal place. I'm gonna have to yawn. The stress of the job situation is meaning I'm not getting as much sleep either. If you doubted in the description on my bio that I moan a lot, then today's going to be the episode when stream when I prove it. Right. That should at least be functional if it was powered. Were there power? So get rid of that. And I might just pop these in actually. you working? Don't know because there's no radar. Let's make sure we fix that then. So it could be lacking a liquefier. Perhaps. Right, so that's that fix done. This we want to keep because it's the return path for the extra iron ore, or copper ore, I guess, in this case. These recipes would all need changing, I guess. Would they? Have I got any of these? I've not actually got any of these machines anyway, so... They don't have these. I'm not making them, am I? So might have to handcraft a few of those up. Right, so what else might need fixing? Because do I need the oxygen bit? That's the other question. Because isn't the oxygen just on the steel side? We don't need... Yeah, we don't need oxygen. So don't need that part for copper. Now, I think I removed it. Yeah, I did. So we just have copper there. But did I take out... I did. All the pipes are gone. Okay, that's good. So we have a line here that we need to feed with coal. And a line here that we need to feed with coal. Our coal is there. So I think if we do stations here... Yeah, so if we do copper pickup here, and sort of coal drop off here, and then just do a big belt to feed this one. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So, to achieve that, I don't think it's going to help a great deal, but we can just sort of steal this station. Kinda. So we need to hook that up with a belt. What's coming in there, though? Oh, that's sulfur, isn't it? That's extra sulfur. So that being over there isn't so bad, because I can just bring a train round and kind of hook it up to here, maybe, somehow? Or there, maybe? Is that sulfur? Yeah, that's sulfur. Yeah, so maybe there could be a branch here that goes round. But yeah, I need to not forget about that. And we also eventually going to need a radar up here as well, since I've just taken one out. Okay. Coal. Coal. Let's finish that off. So, trains. So, which blueprint is that? That's that one. Am I doing 141s? No, I'm doing 121s. Okay. Is there... It's that one, isn't it? The simple stuff. Yeah, there we go. So we want to pick up rather than drop off. Yep. And that's probably fine for the copper. And then if we put the coal... I'll probably balance them, but let's see if we can't sort of line that up with something useful there. Okay. Ooh, I bet I've not got any stations, am I? I need the defences. Okay. Don't really need both radars. So this would be copper pickup? Yeah. Where does copper live in this? Ooh, what are they? Agricultural module. Okay. Well, I think this shows me everything, doesn't it? It doesn't show me what I've unlocked. Just what I've unlocked, rather. Isn't there... Yeah. Copper wire, corn... Right, we haven't even got to any of them. I think that's an even better way of doing it. But so we'll just stick with what we know. Put them in. Maybe if I do that. Of course, I'm out of. Stuff. Always out of stuff. Let's just put that on there for time being. We can get rid of you. Yeah, okay. Now, do I hook this up first? Where do we actually want it to come to? Well, I guess could just drop it off here. Because where would we want to feed it in? Where could we feed it in? Because this is pretty squished in, isn't it, really? So it probably needs to feed into this somehow. Which to me tends to suggest if we just have a copper train here and I can just do some simple signalling to stop crashes happening, basically. So if we go up sort of across there, maybe? Yeah, if I just go straight over here, through that gap, and then kind of weave my way through. I'm kind of getting my desire for a more spaghetti-esque base, aren't I? Semi-organized spaghetti. A box of spaghetti, I guess. Another thing they kind of confirmed, they'd sort of hinted at it-ish in the previous Friday Facts on Volcanus. I thought we were going to get another one that basically on Volcanus explaining what tungsten was for, because we still don't know. But I say it was the quality of life stuff. Did I think I've left all of the signals in this box, haven't I? I don't think I've got any on me. I can't see any anyway. Yes, so so they're all great things. It's like they're going to introduce the ability to do math equations. So if you want to do, so for example, what would be an example? Have I got any? I don't think I've got any combinators on me. I don't. I'm a great user of combinators. But if you had a combinator and you wanted to give it a condition that was, say, set this to be 500, but that was a maths thing. You wanted it to be 2 times. It won't even let me put it in, but 2, times x two lots of 200 stacks, then you could do it as maths, basically. Oh, what did I pick up there? Oh, it looks like I had some rail stuff. Yeah, so that sounded really good, actually. That sounded like really useful. But it's a feature that's in Satisfactory, so they've sort of almost duplicating what's in there. It seems to work exactly the same way. Apart from you can put in K as like 1,000 and M as 1,000,000, which is a nice little touch. But yeah, the thing they sort of confirmed that they sort of not really said but kind of hinted at is that cliff explosives are, well, they've still said it is unlocked later, but it appears to be a Volcanus thing. I mean, it sort of makes sense in that that's going to be the cliff planet because of the mountain thing, mountain ranges, or volcanoes. I suppose is probably a better term. But yeah, you're not going to get cliff explosives now until you've been to Volcanus, which means, and they've made it clear that actually you have a bit of a choice, you have a bit of a dilemma as to which planet you go to first. So if you decide to go to another planet, and say Volcanus is the last one that you go to, then it could be a very long time indeed before you unlock cliff explosives, which, I don't know, I'm not necessarily a fan of, to be honest with you. I tend to play with them off. You know, I've got one here, and I am trying to play more games with them. This is where that max length one is going to be really useful when you're doing that red belt, because it's very difficult to judge where they are. But yeah, I've been trying to do some games with them on streams and stuff, but normally I would play with them off, and it'd be a shame to turn them off completely, but having to build your entire game, because the sort of flip side to it at the moment is that you can unlock them just with green and red science. They're really, in fact, have I got them on this? Don't even got cliff explosive unlocked. But yeah, so they're just green and red science. You know, it's not complicated. In fact, let's get them on. Let's get them done. But it's a, you know, very low level tech, and it only requires oil and stuff like that, so it's not complicated to get them. They're quite expensive to make. In the grand scheme of things, it sort of doesn't matter, because the bots are pretty efficient at using them. But yeah, if you got to wait, you know, potentially till the last planet you go to. Where do I actually want to cross over? In fact, let's go and put the drop-off station in first. Then that's going to be quite painful, and maybe too painful to really do it. I mean, I'm sure I'll play at least my first couple of playthroughs as with it on, and see how bad it is. And I sort of don't mind them being a Volcanus, because I get it. You know, I get that that's what they're going for, but on Nalvis, to not have cliff explosives until a lot later is just going to be horrible. Simple rail, wasn't it? So we want the drop off. That way round. Except, I mean, I guess I can just hop over here with belts, can't I? And sort of weave it round. Sticking with our... Can I put that nice and close? Do I want to put it nice and close? Not really. So let's put a bit of room in there. Put that there. Yeah, so, I say... I don't know, they seem to be... Well, my commenters, I'm afraid I've forgotten the username. But the commenter on the video and like another one was... I don't think I'm quite as extreme in my dislike of them, because they said they never will play with cliff explosives, which I say, not that extreme on it, but I do take the point. But they do seem to sort of be determined. I'll say the point they were making was that it's a challenge that doesn't really add anything. It's like, it's like, and it's difficult, extra difficulty for no real benefit. There's no real, it's not actually all that fun working around cliffs. The concept when they brought them in seemed to be very much that it was like free walls, but the problem is it never work. They never work as that. You take here. This is the cliff, and I've done nothing with cliffs. This isn't. I think it maybe has. Do I have RSO on this? I can't remember. But these cliffs would be okay, I guess, for funneling the biters up here. But we've got biter nests here, and here, and here, and so my base would just be open. And you're always going to have a natural tendency. This is the thing for me with it, because if you're trying to avoid the cliffs because you've not got cliff explosives yet, there's going to be a natural tendency for you to build where there are no cliffs. And so, in other words, you're always going to make your base such that it's exposed to biters, basically. So, yeah. It's something they seem to be determined to force in. But it's not actually all that fun, necessarily. I'd quite like to move that if I can. Yeah, there we go. There is sometimes and it's I think it's a early access problem. Problem with early access games, where particularly something like Factorio, where they tended to come out with really big releases. So, they would do a big update that was, in a sense, feature complete for that update. And so your player base then gets used to what's in that update. Even if they'd always planned to do something else, your player base is adjusted to that. And there's kind of an old expression that, I say old, but it's a bit of a saying or, thing that players will optimise the fun out of a game, basically. That the strategies will appear that are the optimal strategies. And, the wikis will all be then, this is what you do, this is how you build, this is the best build, and all of that sort of stuff. Depending on what type of game it is and all that sort of thing. But let's go and get some belt rather than just putting in ghosts. But yeah, so you then get that, a thing of the player base becomes used to that strategy, that thing. And when you introduce a new thing, if it's, or a change basically, your player base is then resistant to it because you're basically changing what they've learnt as being fun. How to play the game essentially. And that cliffs are kind of in that territory where it's like, they're not. They were an extra challenge that didn't really add anything. If they come in and they were a bit difficult, but they gave you some weird benefit, then fine. But they didn't really. The theoretical benefit, as I say, of being free walls, just never really worked out in practice, in my opinion. I'm sure you can build that way, but why bother when you can just blow them up? I suppose, and this feels a bit like a kind of way of almost correcting that problem, or an attempt to, in that why cliff explosives, I say, are really cheap and really early, so you get the ability to remove them, which feels like a quality of life improvement, and a good way of letting players who don't want to play with them, or play minimally with them, have them on, but then remove them, as soon as they can. But the problem with that is you then, as I say, teach your player base that, you can turn them off, so they're optional, but also within relatively short amount of time, blue science, which is for an experienced player not that difficult to get to, you can get rid of them. So why bother building your factory to work with all these cliffs when you know after I don't know, 10 hours or something, you can just start deleting them. You're not encouraging a different way of playing, really. You're just ending up with, you know, an obstacle that's just not fun. But I say, they seem to be determined to like have them in the game and be something that they want players to have to manage. And as I say, and so you then get that resistance that, well, why are you making me do this? I don't enjoy this. Why are you adding it in and forcing me to do it? So yeah, the big question then is it completely unoptional, as it were, that you've got to play with cliffs on, basically? You know, on Volcanus, can you set them so that you can, you know, just have them? Why have I got all of these again? It's because I picked up that chest by accident, isn't it? Dear. What was I after? I was after belts, which I don't appear to have too many of here. I've taken that all out. Like some sort of genius, I obviously thought that having it just down the bottom was the only place. So yes, that's my sort of. I mean, I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. It's not that important really to me, but yeah, it does feel a bit sort of like. I say, and it's because of the whole early access and that, you know, this is version 2 of a game that's been version 1 for, what is it now, 4 years or something, 3 years. And if you come along and change base mechanics or your basic mechanics, how things work, you get a resistance basically of, well, why are you changing it? You know, you're not making it better, you're just changing it, and it ends up feeling like they're trying to force you to play in a particular way. Right, so let's actually get this in here and get that up there, and then make sure that's connected so that it starts doing coals. That will all work. We've then got, this needs to have a proper name on it, doesn't it? So that needs to be, oops, copper drop off, a dropper cop off. We want the drop off, and we want the pick up, but it's not connected yet. So I want to be full, to be empty. Do we want an inactivity? Yeah, I don't think we're fussed for this. Okay, so it's ready to go. Once I get it on auto. I have been using fast, hasn't I? Because we are at that point, really. What have I done with the iron one? Oh, it's full on 6 chests. Crikey. A 6 chesty boy. A 6 chesty boy. Right. So actually, let's decrease that. Copy them down. And then if we combine these. Been a weird year for I watched the game, well, I skimmed through the game adverts, as people like to call them, I think with good justification. The Game Awards seems to be rather embarrassed that it's a Game Awards show, as somebody pointed out on Twitter. No, it doesn't reach, okay. It seems to be a celebration of games that doesn't actually want to spend any time giving out awards. So you get these weird situations where Jeff just sort of stands there and goes, here's 4 more awards, and there's no one picking up gongs, and there's no, you know, hoopla about it. He just sort of says what the result is, and it's all a bit anticlimactic. And then you get far more attention and time and stuff spent on, you know, basically trailers. It's just a nearly 4-hour trailer fest, essentially, which, say, I'm not. It's just a bit of fun, really, I suppose, in the end. But do I want to do that in a single leap? I guess I probably do. So if we Let's do something like that. And then that'll cover everything. There we go. So, we're on kind of the right side-ish. Sort of, maybe. Is this completely dead? Because I know I said I was going to keep everything hanging around, but if that is completely dead, where would the miners be? Because that is still producing a bit of copper. Now this is dead, isn't it? Because this doesn't have the infinite stuff on it, you see. Because it's the starter patches. There's none of the infinite ones, so we might as well just delete it all. Right. Oops. What have I got? What have I filled up with? Can you go in there? It's ironic I just got rid of them. On there. Uh-oh. What rubbish have I filled up on again? Got some power poles we don't need. Okay, let's pop them. No. Let's pop them in there. Guess we don't need that coal. We've got a swamp tree for some reason. And an extra storage chest. Oh, and the mining drills I forgot to get rid of. So yeah, I'm going to mark this for deconstruction rather than kind of do it myself. But let's just clear a bit of space here. So that would be iron going down there, wouldn't it? So all of this really should go. Can I, if I just go... And that means the steel should go as well. Okay. Just get all these into the old inventory. Yeah, I'll do that with, deconstruction planners, but I'm just trying to make ourselves a bit of room. Because that is the iron coming in, isn't it? So let's kind of rethink this a bit. Maybe. If that was underground there. And then we sort of double that back. We could then... Oh, that won't really fit with it. But if I did that... Doesn't really work. Okay. Guess I could belt weave it, maybe? Is that... I could go one further back. Does that help? That was then like that. That'd work. So if we come up here... So I'm thinking this probably needs to be fast as well. Amount of fast splitters. I probably need 2 maybe? Put 1 in there. Just make the last one. There. Okay. Right, so if we now hook up this to... I don't need these pipes either, do I? Oh, I did. Well, yeah, I do, because I don't need these ones at the top. Let's do one job at a time. Okay. Get rid of these. Oops. And then get rid of all this rubbish. The old finest tagliatelle. Through there. Because actually, I should pull this up, shouldn't I? Really, because we're not supplying it with anything. So that would be copper coming out of there. Round there. That would join up with this. And then that blends that in. We'll do a preference on the input right. Okay. Just need some actual copper now. So, debating whether they've announced that the Tectonica bases update is going to be coming out. Actually, let's put a bit of track on first before I go blocking it. Make sure I'm not going to get squished. Might be aesthetically a little bit better. Let me straighten this off. Yeah, it's coming out the week of the 18th, basically. I mean, they were sort of, I don't know, vague about it in a sense. Didn't want to commit to it, but then they also, made the point that they don't work over Christmas. So, the studio closes. So if it wasn't coming out week of the 18th, it'd have to be, ahead of that, which sounds very doubtful. Or later, basically. Oh dear. What's happened here? Oh, I moved it, didn't I? Like an idiot. Yeah, so that seems pretty certain that that's going to come out on the 18th, and Dyson Sphere program has indicated that its Dark Fog update comes out on the 15th. Ooh. So, I have the dilemma next week of whether I... So that should be pick up. Whether I... Just wondering how we're getting on. I stream the... Dark Fog as like a fresh first playthrough and start it this year. I'm not minded to do that, if I'm honest. Or, why did I use... I just do the... Because the problem with it, in a sense, is that I don't get to sample the base building update. Oh, that's annoying that that's one over. No. Yeah, I don't get to sort of... Maybe I could fiddle with this instead and maybe do like that. I don't think that's aligned either, is it? Oh, bum. Actually, let's put that there, maybe. just a different sort of mess, that one, isn't it, really? Yeah, well. Yeah, so it's not clear to me whether I should do a Tectonica stream, you know, and that's the last one. And in fact, it's not. It's the same train, isn't it? That's doing all of these. So this needs to be coal drop off. Fine. Connect that up. Yeah, what was I saying? So, my current thinking is I won't jump into Dark Fog until the new year. That'll give me a chance, potentially, to play it, but I say work has just gone completely nuts. So it's sort of a bit doubtful whether I'd really have time to do that. Put one in there. Oops. But you know, I could sort of do my first stream at Christmas. You know, I could sort of stream it on the Friday or something as a bonus thing, maybe as a very first look. I haven't had a chance to play it myself. That feels better. It feels more appropriate. And the other option is I could just do one Tectonica one. Oops, I just run on. Do a Tectonica one that is literally just, let's check out the base update. And if that turns out to be, you know, it's completely essentially broken what I've done, then I could just switch over to Dark Fog, you know. I think that's probably what I'll do as just a bonus extra stream. Because I'm sort of aware I never did these bonus extra streams. Because I was diseased. But yeah. I think that's the plan I'm coming to, is that we'll do Tectonica well, obviously this week and then next week as well. Give me a chance to possibly, if I can, check out the Dark Fog on my own. But doubtful. And then I do a sort of a stream day or something where I take a look at the base building, see what that's about, how it's different, and then switch over to Dark Fog. That, you know, that's sort of my preference, but is that in range? If that's a building one, yeah. So they would, in theory, in the million or so years it'll take any bots to do anything. In fact, they're not doing anything at all. Why is that? Because those are construction expanders. Ow. I don't know why they're not building anything. It could be that they haven't got any stuff to do any building with. That's a possibility. But why would they not? Because they work a bit weird with the logistics network. The logistics network is not connected at all, is it not? It's completely separate. Okay. I'm guessing because the connection point is here. Right, okay. So it's not actually one network. But then why are they not building that one? Oh, because these are none of these are construction ones. They're just... That's the nearest construction, and that doesn't reach. Okay, so how about just pop in an extra one? It's because they built it in the other direction. They built it from that direction before, and they're building it from this direction now. So, you know, this was presumably the bridge across. In fact, why would that not be building that? One bot missing. That one. Okay. Oh, there we go. They've kicked in again. Right then. So, I would need to fill these in, because I don't think they've been made in the system. Oops. Like that. Okay, so it's sort of ready to go. I mean, it's not, but it is. But we need to hook up coal, so we might as well do that. Now, where is the coal line? The coal line is here, isn't it? I think. No, that's coal. What am I crossing over there then? Oh, that's a sulfur. We do need that, but not at the moment. So where would be best to hook the coal up? Feels like going across there is going to be easiest. Yeah, let's do that. Oops. Let's do it like that. Oh, I can't because there's no radar coverage. Okay. Let's go up there then. Oh, there's my car. Let's use the car. See, it wouldn't work if I just left it, you know, running for an hour anyway. Because it's how it, you know, it's sort of bespoke to sort of how and where I've done it. So, you know, it wouldn't actually have built it if I'd just left it running. I'd have had to come and make edits, etc. What? Why is that not matching up? No? No. You're so annoying. Dang rail builder. Why is that not? I think it's because it's on the other side, isn't it? It's the... It's hooking up to the wrong one. So it should be sort of the top one rather than the... No. Because that's one too far over then. Come on, you dang thing. Okay, let's do it like that. Dear me. Now, I don't really have to signal it, do I? Because it's just the coal train. Again, I'm making far too many plans for the actual amount of time I have over Easter, but I'd like to do a little video. Oh, it'd probably be a big video is sort of the problem. We're doing like, almost like wild speculate, you know, just like, to some extent collecting together the wild speculation I already got, but like what I would want, or what I would hope and imagine, and what I think are probably safe guesses for what's in the expansion. Wait, yeah, there he is. But I'd like to do two, basically, and sort of do one that's just completely mad. just the most bonkers things I can, think about. So, like I've mentioned before, like maybe having a space elevator, that'd be quite cool. And as a technology, that's not going to happen because of how they've explained the space platforms and getting all that to us. That's not going to happen. But that'd be the type of wild speculation I'd put in. So we've got this set up now. Let's have a look at the train situation. So it has no trains at the moment. Where is the train? There it is. So pick off. So which is which? So 4 is that one. So it's going. Excuse me. It goes from 4 to 1, and then back, and then it goes to 2, and then 3 is actually a completely different system. So what we could do is we could add an extra one in here. So which is drop off 2? Drop off 2 is there. Makes more sense actually to come back and forth, doesn't it, really, on that one? Because 4 and 1 are sort of the same. They're basically the same build. So it doesn't sort of matter. But 2 is down here and 5 is up here. I guess I need the safety of it in a sense, but there's a million coal down there. I don't actually. I haven't really sort of properly transitioned to solar, have I? Okay, so if we just do another trip, basically. So we'll just add on drop 5 and another pickup. So if we go... what order? No, I think that's probably fine, isn't it? So go drop off 5, empty, or 1 second of inactivity. And then just... Oh, actually, that needs to be pick up first, doesn't it? Oh. So, it goes to pick up, fills up, or 5 seconds of inactivity. Goes to drop off 4. And then waits for either inactivity or just 30 seconds. Drop off 1. It's emptying. I don't think I want that really, do I? I probably want the same. I will probably want 30 seconds, 5 seconds, or empty. It then goes back to pick up and fills up. It then comes to drop off 2. And that one does empty. I think it makes sense to keep that because there is power dependent on that. Then it goes and fills up again. But we want 5 seconds of inactivity as well. And then here, we want the same thing. So we want 30 seconds, 5 seconds. But we don't necessarily want you to empty. We do want you to come here next, and we want to make sure that we are not stood on the railway. So, the other question is, where is it actually fueling itself? It's fueling itself... It's not fueling itself here. Or here. Or there. But it is fueling itself here. I mean, that's the empty one, and there's the power one. I don't like that it's not filling itself up here. Should we go and fix that? Okay. We've not processed a single bit of copper yet. Have I got any of them? I have not got any of them. Are they in the box here? No. Because we need to do the sulfur train as well. Let's pop up. Because I haven't got any belt again. Let's grab some belt. Getting into real dicing with death territory with the trains now. Where's the actual... Oh, there it is. Let's grab that. We should grab some more rail. Where's that? There it is. One small stack. So that'll help us with the sulfur. But what I really need is chests, and inserters is fine, and belts, yeah. So let's grab a few more chests. Nice. A belt with steel on it, though. Imagine such a thing. Imagine such a concept. Why did I come this way? No. No. Nope. Let us do exactly the same thing we've done here. So we want that. Can't. If I pop it on there, get rid of that bit. Now we can. Okay. Because we know it works. Otherwise our trains would have ground to a halt. Okay. Oh dear. Right. So, happier about that end. Let's go and work out this sulfur train. I might just... Have they built any of these? They have actually built these, haven't they? Okay. Let's hook up the bottom line if we can. No power? Why are you still mad about power? Power there, huh? What's the power complaint? That's got no power. Oh, is it connected to... Oh, it's connected like that. That's a bit weird, isn't it? These are wrong, aren't they? These need to be the copper. That one. Oh, no. No, that is okay. Okay, so that's the crushy stuff. This is the stuff coming in. So this one goes all the way to the end. Like so. It's already there. So we can see if it'll crush some stuff. And what happens. Cool. Right. Let's pop in the cart. Oh, yeah. Incentives have kicked in anyway. Always a good sign. Now, sulfur is this here, isn't it? So, I think maybe we connect it here. I don't know whether that would be a... Because these are pickups, aren't they? All of them. And that's the drip, drop, drip off, drop off. Okay, so probably just want this to be a regular old junction, really. What are you? Oh, right, you're the one same as that one. No, you're not. Saphirite. That one. Jivalite. Okay. So let's not deliberately build on top of that. Oh, come on, Rail Planner. Don't be mad. Let's take it up here to kind of avoid the top end of the oil build. And then I want to connect it to this, really. Let's just do that straight there. And then I might as well chop that back a little bit. Oh, come on, Rail Planner. So I need to be somewhere in there, I think. Okay. So let's pick up 3. It's a bit worried. I'd be trying to compete with. They're putting in. Well, I don't quite understand. They put somebody that I've never heard of, a company I've never heard of, is putting in fibre broadband. But I say I've never heard of them. They're not. It's an internet service provider of some description, but I was always under the impression, and it may be because it's not phone lines, because it's full fibre. I guess it's a new build. You know, it's completely new. But I was under the impression that an organisation called OpenReach, company called OpenReach, effectively had the exclusive, like was like a monopoly, basically, like deliver one for like work on phone lines, because it used to be part of BT, British Telecom, when there was such a thing, and it was like forced out, by the government that it had to be separate company and all that sort of stuff. But it was given a monopoly on the phone lines, because they couldn't have a situation where phones stopped working basically, or the company went bankrupt because of competition and became a bun fight. So a bit like a lot of utilities, they become regulated monopolies. And so I was under the impression it was that, but this company has nothing to do with OpenReach. It's just some sort of broadband, ISP type company called Tube, I think it is, something like that. Very weird name. And yeah, they've been digging up the street basically. So whether that means the only way I could have fibre broadband would be to switch over them. I don't know, but it would seem weird that they would put it in. And then what? All the other ISPs have to come in and put cables in as well? That doesn't sound very sensible, but therefore, that's probably exactly what's meant to happen. But yeah, properly digging up. Well, they did it on the pavement, actually. It wasn't in the road, but properly digging up with diggers and all that sort of stuff. It's going to take a couple of weeks, apparently. But yeah, the good side there is I might get fibre broadband, which would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. So obviously this isn't going to do anything for ages, so I don't know why I'm building it, but does it even have... Oh yeah, it's got construction ones, so eventually something will happen. But let's power it up. Where, there it is. Connected? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right. Sulfur train is where is there. So we need to go... Oh, I'm doing pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off. Okay. I don't think I really need that, do I? Because these are very small. Very, very small volumes. So if we're full, the cargo is of sulfur. Where is sulfur? That is greater than 1,000. So you're able to just put 1k in with the new update. Or it's been sat there for 2 minutes. I guess we could make that bigger, maybe. Because if it's picked up 1,000 from the other, it will just turn up and go away. Okay. So let's just make sure it can get here. Does it arrive? Is it refilling? There, that's it coming in there. It's refilling here, so that's okay. Refueling rather, not refilling. Oh dear. Okay. Cool. No path. Ah, there you go. So, would it actually do that trip? It would. No, it would go to drop off, wouldn't it? It's because there's no connection across there. So it would go pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off. Can it do that? I don't think it can it? Because it can't get from there to there. So that does need to be a proper three-way... Why are you not? There you go. Proper three-way junction. Okay, we can fix that. We can fix that. No problems. It is 100% fixable. You're going to do that again to me, are you? Right. Okay, fine. There we go. Okay. How are we doing? So we have the exit points for sulfur, copper. Why is copper stopped? Oh, because this isn't filled in. I guess we could go and fill that in. That's not got power either. Okay, need to fix that. Let's get a load of belt. Oh. What was I going to fix? Oh, the exit point for the... whatever it calls it, stone? It's not slag. So... we needed a power thing here, didn't we? And then we needed... I don't know which belt it is. Bottom one. Okay. Okay. So is that stone now able to go all the way over to here? Yes, it is. And can I build another liquefier? Don't think I can I? No, because I didn't pick any stone brick. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, not exactly struggling, so that's fine. I'm gonna go round and kind of hook up the whatever it calls them, mini roboport things. And there's less chance of the bots kind of randomly deciding they're not going to bother. This does need putting in by me though, doesn't it? Because I don't think it sort of stops here. So we need to add this belt in. I'm just trying to check. I pumped the render thing up to 60 frames a second because pretty sure that's what it was before. This doesn't have any of these guys on, does it? And these are just logistics ones anyway. Okay. Small construction expander. So... Okay. Did I hand build all this before? That doesn't seem right. Because that... Oh no, there we go. There's the construction ones. But there's none going over there. Okay. Okay. I guess I built the first one by hand, so that I didn't think to put the things in. Yeah. There goes some trees there. Because that's all I put that in for, to just give it logistics access. Yeah. It needs construction access as well. Yeah, power's not connected either. They're missing. Okay, so construction expanders. We need to cover this area. How far does that go? Only up to there, so... Whoops. We pop those in now. And then maybe give it an extra chargey one. It's all stuck together. Okay. They're a bit weird, these, because you don't have to hook the construction areas together. They're just... Well, you can use others to... Yeah, it's slightly weird. You can have, like, gaps where you wouldn't normally have... Well, you don't have gaps, but it's because the charging stations don't have a... I know what I mean. It's a bit weird to explain. But basically, when you look at the network, it looks like things aren't connected when they are, and sometimes they aren't connected when they should be. It's, I say, I find it a bit confusing. Is the point. But, you know, it doesn't take a lot, so. Where's the nearest construction one? Because that's a chart. That's a construction... Got any? So that's a construction there. Okay, so we need one over here, definitely. And then maybe one there. Does that reach? No, not quite. Let's put one there instead. Actually, let's put it here. Use a charger to connect them. That should cover it, actually. And then maybe construction one there. Okay. Okay, indeed. So that's a construction there, and that's a construction there. I think I'm just going to put one in just in case. Okay. Right. Cross, but there's no power poles. Trying to set it up so that we can just leave it to build itself. I'm sure part of it will be missing, but... So they're complaining about no power, so something mustn't be connected properly here. Because they should be powering those. Ah, there we go. So we've got a missing power pole there. Okay. Yeah, could really do expanding the solar, but then we need copper, you know, for solar. We added the steel in. We have iron as well as a result. But we need copper. Robo 40. What's missing up here? Oh, I wonder what that chest was doing. Imagine just dumping some junk out, but how bizarre. Okay, let's have a look. Down here. The chargers. Which don't have power. Oh, there. On that side, okay. That one. You as well. Power for you, and you. Charger my bobs. There. No electric trickery. I've got some up here as well. Completely random one there. Bridging the gap by the looks of it. Power poles in. Oh. So we need more power poles. Okay. Let's see what we can do with just putting the last few stations in around here. There. There. Construction at the top here. Right. Are they going to be connected? Oh, of course I haven't got any power poles, have I? Don't know. This won't have any construction things on it at all. How many have we got left? 5. Because I hand built this. Somebody's put some pipes in the way. Dang bots. Right, so... Where's you see it only sort of goes halfway, so... So I need to put some... That reach? Yeah, well... And then maybe we use chargers. The bridge across. Except there's not a nice connection point if they're there. There we go. If I just hand build that one. Yeah, that'll do. Right then. I don't suppose I can make any of them, can I? What are they? Sorting facilities. Sort. No. My gear wheel's lacking this time. Okay, fine. Yeah. Oh, it's making copper. Ooh. Ooh. Why aren't these guys doing anything? No ingredients. Well, no wonder, because that's pointing in completely the wrong direction. Oh dear. All of my inserters are backwards. Are they backwards over here? No. So why are they backwards here? Ah, maybe this was the... I think I did mess that up before, didn't I? And then fixed it. But I guess I didn't copy it over? So it should be that. Bum. Okay. So it should be that. And that. Should it? Yes, they should reach over to the right hand side, yeah. Right, let's fix this as well then. So if we pop one in, get rid of the excess. Copy that. Oh. Need to get rid of the other ones first. There we go. Take that out. Nice. So yeah, hadn't quite got to the stage of being sort of overstuffed. You know, too many things without any way to get rid of them, but not far off. Is this all sort of running? I mean, not all the machines will, because... Oh, look, there's a tiny bit of belt. It's just out of range. Fix that. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to get enough copper stuff to really work. I have just assumed, basically, that the ratios are the same, but... I guess if it all grinds to a halt, we can see if it is different, but... Yeah, we've got some actual copper actually flowing, actually. In fact, we got... It's about 3,000 copper. Let's send it on a little journey, and then we can go and see on the other side. Oh, I should have hopped in the train, shouldn't I? Yeah, we'll go and see if the if it unloads properly and if I've hooked up the belts and all of that jazz properly. Oh look, these are doing stuff as well. Oh no, it is just the first round. I thought these were working as well, but yeah. What was it? Power piles, wasn't it? Yeah. Which are over here. Oh, it's stuck. This is another thing I don't get. It's got to be to do with the collisions, but how you can get your car stuck, I don't know. Oh. Left in the original feelings. Right. We need loads of them. Where do they live? Oh, up here. Yeah. So a whole bunch of them. Oh. No, we don't. Wait, am I making the same thing twice? Oh no, that's separate. Or different now. Okay. Where are the proper things then? Because those are crushers. Where are the... Oh, here we go. So now we need a load of those. And a whole bunch of these. And top that off. And it's those I really need. Let's grab some stone brick. If we can. It's a nice place to do so. On the bottom, maybe. I have something called inner voice. That I mean, a lot of people have it, but it's a lot less common than I'd understood it to be. I'd assumed everybody is. Inner voice is like, you know, when we watch a film with a narrator. It's like having a narrator basically. But like well, you actually have it in films. That, you know, so when they vocalise thoughts, that's basically what inner voice is. But a lot of people don't have it apparently, which I only found out recently and was a bit of a surprise to me because I just sort of assumed everyone had their own voice talking to them in their head. But no, apparently not. So what would be the other one that was it sorter? Yeah. We would need iron gear wheels for that. Okay. But it tends to have like some weird, well, it makes me very slow at reading because basically in my head I'm reading to myself. You know, like a child basically, like a small child that's learning to read, reading out loud. Do that. Which again, as I say, is not something that people do. But I don't. You can apparently train yourself to just, you know, when your eyes skim across, you just read. But to me, I have to, you know, read it in my head, sort of thing. But yeah, it really slows down reading speed. It's one of the reasons I tend to use audiobooks nowadays rather than actual books. I've done it again. But yes, it also, that thing of getting tunes stuck in your head is like 10 times worse for people with inner voice because it's the actual words. A lot of people it's just the tune apparently. So I don't know because it's not how my brain works. But yeah, it was a bit of a weird revelation that people don't have. And I kind of talking about films. That's kind of I assumed. Oh, I had to pick up my car, didn't I? You know, I don't see how... If that's not a common thing, why is it a fairly common thing in films, if you see what I mean? It's like, you know, why do they have narrators and stuff? If that's not actually the common way of thinking to yourself. You know, I get it for those of us, you know, the writers who also have that. They would probably write that type of thing, but it's used so often that unless, you know, it's a common thing for all most or many writers, it just seems a bit of a weird thing for people to do, you know, as a narrative device normally. They don't actually, if it's not a common experience. That was difficult to explain. I know what I meant, but yeah. So it was a real surprise finding out most people don't have it. Right, I didn't pick up any crashes, did I? Oh well. We'll pop this liquefier in. And then I guess we'll do the sorter. Sorter. That's what I've got. Lifestyles of the rich and the famous trapped in my head, basically. Earworming. That's why I keep singing. I can't imagine with enough accuracy to trigger a copyright claim, but yeah. I might have to stop using the. I have a little bit of music. It's called Happy Rock by Ben Sound. That I just use as the music over the, you know, intro and outro screens, and I leave a bit of it on when I do the edits for the YouTubes, because I chop those bits off because it never seems, you know, people aren't there to watch an intro screen. They're there to. Assuming they're going to watch it, but for the actual stream, not that bit, and it's easy enough to chop it off. But I'll say I tend to leave a little bit for the end so that I can just have the end screen. But a few times now it's not a copyright strike because it's what do you call it? Open source music, basically. But in order to use it, I looked this up, you see, because I was a bit confused as to what was going on. In order to use it on the stream, I'd have to get a license every single one. And I'm not messing about with that. And it's only being triggered on YouTube. So I'll probably just chop it off. But it keeps happening now. It's sort of like, you get this thing with a lot of the YouTube things. Where they claim it doesn't happen. Oh, hello, switching. Ancient Bren-like on your Twitch. I'm not sure I understand that. You mean? Hello. Do you mean Ancient Bren-like on your Twitch? Do you mean you've got another account? Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure what you mean there. Bren-like. Oh, okay. No worries. Oh, hello. Welcome back. What was I saying? Yes, I might have to start dropping it off, which is annoying because it's quite a nice little tune, and it seems weird to me to have it as being open source and, you know, anyone can use it, and then you've got to get a license for it in order to have, you know, it's literally what 20 seconds plays at the end that I leave on. But yeah, you sort of get these things where you effectively go onto a list, and the bots will start checking it regularly for the same thing, and that's why you get people going on about, you know, I've got 1,000 copyright strikes all at once, and it's because you've been flagged basically as, you know, it needs checking. Yeah, bit of a pain. I'm switching. Oh, I see. You've changed your username. Okay, no worries. Um, I need to build them, don't I? Because I'm not automatically making... Oh, I've hit the wrong one. That's... I'm not making fast splitters and fast undergrounds. Okay, so let's put that... Oops, that in. Have I got any fast belt anywhere? So why are they still not... Oh, it's because they've not put the actual inserters in. So that would be like that. That one's still the wrong way around, isn't it? Yeah. That suggests to me it's the wrong way around on here. And it is. Okay. So that should be that way around. Which I'm going to then have to copy to... Oh, no. Oh, that one, it's just literally that one. Okay. Cool. On my birthday, I'm going to build my first gaming PC. Oh, cool. 25th December. Okay. You're a Christmas birthday person, are you? Always seemed a bit unfair, that, to me, because you sort of asking people to... I mean, unfair on you, because, you know, you sort of... I guess you get potentially bigger presents or more presents type of thing, but... always seemed like the maths would probably work out that you would kind of lose out, basically. Actually, just recently, so I upgraded as well. Spent quite a lot of money on it, but I don't tend to build them very often. I tend to go quite a long time between new PCs. So I usually get, you know, the best I can afford, basically, which in this case is not far off kind of the best you can get, basically. But yeah, I mean, I won't build another one for another, for 10 years or something. And we're getting to a point, to be honest with you, where, I question the returns, as it were, on... It's not like a few years ago where, quite a few years ago, where every 10 years would have, was bonkers, that the tech could have improved so much in a couple of years that you had to upgrade. Now it doesn't seem to be bringing as much benefit. Once you can play in 4K at 60 frames per second and everything looks amazing, which a lot of games do now, why do you need to upgrade, sort of thing? On Christmas, yeah. Okay. So have you got your build planned out, or are you still sort of looking at parts and components and that? It's always quite fun doing that part of it, I find. But also, there's usually a heck of a lot of choice. Which can make it a bit difficult. Do these not produce pebbles, or am I going mad? There don't seem to be any pebbles. Crushed saffron. No. Oh, that's the wrong recipe, isn't it? Why are you not copied over? Ah, I think I've just missed that one off. Okay, let's do that one. Right, let's go back again. So where are the pebbles? No, it doesn't produce pebbles. Huh, okay. So it is a different recipe. Okay. So, copper. You can make copper pebbles, though, it appears. Why would we want to bother, though? Didn't I put a thing in that was crushing... Are we crushing... doing the whole... Because to make these, didn't I need extra pebbles and stuff? I did, and it was this bit here. Now, did I add that after I'd copied it over? Yes, I did. Okay. So, we need that, but unfortunately I think I put the coal where it is. Oh, Russia's starting Christmas. Okay, I already bought the GPU. We celebrate New Year's holidays 1st of January. Oh, right, okay. Is that? I guess that's. I don't. I'm not a religious person, but I know there's Orthodox, Russian Orthodox, is it, or something? Christian? I can't say it's. I'm not in any way that that way inclined. Which, but if you are, then great. If you're not, then great. It's not, doesn't bother me either way, sort of thing. But it means I don't really have in my head all these different things. I think Spain does the same thing because there were some Spanish students when I was at university, and they celebrate Christmas 17th January or something, or 7th of January, something like that. It's after New Year's, basically. Which, given it's, as I understand it, basically a randomly made up day, it's not actually when the lad was born. It's not. It feels weird, but it doesn't really mean anything. Sort of thing. Is my understanding. But I say, very much not my area of expertise. So this is connect. Where is this connected? This is connected. Okay, to the actual line of stuff, and then it's sending pebbles upwards. I think I need to copy the whole thing, don't I? So if we just grab sort of all of that. 7th of January, okay. Celebrate, okay. It's probably the same in Spain as well then. Because I remember it being something like that. So that would have to go there. I think. But we need to take out. Let's kind of cut these off up here. And then put your ingots on. Your ingots. So there must be. How is that working there? Let's try plopping it on again. Okay, so we've got some shenanigans going on here as well. What's that? There's a bit there as well. Appears to be red belt. Why is it red belt? Oh, it's red belt all the way. Oh, I see, because that connects in. Have I got that bit then? I have. I must have upgraded it afterwards then. Okay. Okay, all makes sense now. Right, so. Put that on there. And then that would be that there. But we don't. UK or USA? I'm from the UK, so I live in England, specifically. And Christmas here is 25th of December. But in the UK, we have something called Boxing Day, which is because we have bank holidays, and Christmas is a bank holiday, as is New Year's Day. But we also have something called Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas, and that's also a bank holiday. So we get the 25th and 26th as bank holidays. And I believe Boxing Day is called Boxing Day because it is something to do with boxing, as in pugilism and boxing. It doesn't mean box as in a box. I don't think, but again, very much not my area of expertise. What was I going to look for? I was going to look for the crushers. What do I actually need to build a crusher? I would need... Oh, I've got what I need. Okay. An Englishman. That's right, yeah. Right, so... So what GPU have you got then? Because they are... Well, I don't know how you find it over there, but they are incredibly expensive current generation. Nvidia kind of learnt a lesson that is not a good lesson from the the COVID thing, in that they kind of learnt that people were just willing to spend oodles of cash on GPUs, and they've, in my opinion, they're taking the Michael. Okay, so that's going in there. I mean, it's a little counterproductive putting that in there, isn't it? Because until we're actually sort of maxed out on that, it's better to have it all go down there. So if I just sort of output priority on the right, that's probably better. Yeah. 3060. I spent all money to get it. Yeah. Say it is silly how much the graphics cards are. I mean, I say mine's a really, super duper one that will last me, 15 years, barring any components blowing up sort of thing. And it's a 4080, and it's basically like half of the cost of the entire machine. Everything else added together is the same as that graphics card. I say, it's done with the knowledge, and also, I play in 4K and I'm going to stream and all that sort of stuff. So, to me, it's justified. Plus, I make because I make the videos and do the rendering and all that sort of stuff. So, it's not going to be underused. I mean, you don't need it for a game like Factorio, but I play a lot of other stuff as well. And yeah, I would say it's basically, well, not quite half. It's more like a third of the cost of the entire machine, which is just nuts. It's like bonkers. But yeah, the 3000 series is really good actually. I considered actually getting one of those instead of a 4000 series, because it's I think say a bit overpriced, but in terms of performance for bang for buck, as it were, it seemed to be really good, or better value basically than that. Has none of this copper come through? Why are we sat here with no copper on this belt? I guess it's just not made enough, really, is it? So the nuggies are processing now. Okay. We're getting there. But they're not quick, these bots, so it will take a while, I think. We don't really need this stuff at the top then, I guess. Since it's such low volume, and we're not fussed about the steel side of it, but, well, we don't have a steel equivalent, so that's fine. How much have you got in there? 6.4k, okay. So about halfway done. Okay. Does my pack have broken music? No, that I'm aware of. By 1490 to play Factorio. Good idea. Yeah, I say it's say it doesn't really need it as such, but I say I play, like Cyberpunk and all that sort of stuff, first person games with ray tracing and all that as well. But I don't, I don't stream them. But yeah, it felt like a justified expense. But I can always justify a ridiculous expense on a PC. It doesn't, I'm aware of. No, I mean, if it's not coming through okay, is it that it's too quiet? Is that the problem, sort of thing? But it seems like it sounds okay to me. But I say that could just be me that's getting that. I can always listen back to it. But it might, I say if it's quiet, it's because I tend to turn the music down. It's just a normal soundtrack. It's nothing special, but I tend to have the music quite low because it's just an issue I have basically that I tend to find music. I mean, Factorio is actually like one of my favourite soundtracks, and the way it works in terms of it being songs and then there'll be a gap is much better for me. But I tend to find in games, a lot of games just have constant music in the background, and it just drives me nuts. I was talking about earlier, actually. That was what I was talking about, the earworms and stuff. That I find it gets into my head, and then it just becomes really annoying. But yeah, the music is very low, so if that's the issue. Oh, listening's good. Okay, cool. No worries. Right, so 2 options. What are we doing on time? Because there's still an hour left, so it's not like we're running out of time. But yeah, 2 options. I could start sort of filling some of this out kind of manually. You know, we've got a lot of the, you know, whatever they call beacon. They're not beacons, are they? But the construction jobbies. I say but we don't need this bit. It's sort of peripheral. What I could do is go and make sure this is all built on the bottom end. Item ingredient shortage. You know, because these aren't getting any ore because of all this being missing. And then the copper would really flow. Let's do that. Because the other option is to sort of start messing about with the bio stuff again. I could also look at, but then we kind of need the copper to be flowing again. Because we don't have any substations being made, basically. So I can't properly and easily expand solar. Because we're missing the substations. But we need red circuits for those, and we basically don't have any red circuits. Okay, yeah, let us fill that in. So we would need belts and crushers and all sorts of stuff like that. In fact, let's make sure we've got a row. And then top up on undies. And then splitters. What else? Inserters. Grab a bunch of them. In fact, let's take approximately 2 stacks. We've got... Probably don't need all of them. Well, why is it not made? Oh, because the green circuits issue. Don't need any railway anymore, do I? So I could put that back. Let's go and get the crushers. Actually, I'm totally honest. I struggled a bit. I don't mean this is sort of a discouraging or anything. You know, it is good fun, and I did get it done eventually. But I struggled a bit with building this one, but for a very random reason. I built loads. You know, I built because at one point I was building PCs for my work, you know, they used to be more complicated. There's a lot of stuff you'd have to. Well, when I start building, you have to set jumpers and, you know, connect pins on a motherboard in order to get things to work, or turn them off, or adjust settings and things like that. So that was a pain, you know. And you'd have to carefully read the manual so you didn't blow some component up. But I've struggled this time because everything's become a lot more plug and play. It's a lot more just, this is the slot, drop it in. And a lot of the slots have become standardised. You know, it's all PCIe. It's all the same stuff. But I struggled this time because the motherboard, the manuals were just atrocious, basically. So, although you're not doing jumpers, you're still working out, well, which is, you know, which slot is which for the RAM. In terms of hyper-threading and stuff like that. So you still got to refer to the manual, and the manual was atrocious. And it had like a QR code on it. But when you get to my age, to be totally frank, staring at a tiny little, well, it's not tiny, but you know, a small computer screen, and trying to work out what's going on, basically. Because I have to wear, well, these are like close glasses. These are for like, you know, they're not quite reading glasses, but not far off. Oh, I shouldn't, I'm not meant to be doing this bit. But yeah, for like sort of middle distance and stuff, I have to wear different glasses to my distance ones. And like swapping between them so I can look at the mobile screen and the actual manual itself, the atrocious manual. It was not a lot of fun. And they don't explain anything nowadays. As I say, the manual is literally just sort of, you know, this is your motherboard. It's like, okay, but what's connector is what? What's meant to connect to the, you know, how do I connect the speakers on the, you know, on the top panel of my case and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think they will just go, oh well, I'll download it from the website. I also had an issue. Windows 11. Apparently the professional version, you know, Windows 11 Pro, has the ability to not install. So it basically it was wanting me to connect to the internet before it would let me install, like finish the installation. But there was no option. But basically, the motherboard had, you know, had the drivers in it basically. So there's no, you know, the drivers were in the BIOS chip basically for the thing, and so there's no way to load the drivers in for it to be able to connect to the internet. And so I had to work out how the hell to force it basically to give you the option not to connect to the internet. It's like, yeah. So I found it more painful in a way than building my first machine. I've done it for 2 years. We have a lot of PC builders in our country. Introduce it to YouTube. Yeah, so I mean that'd be the way to go. I probably should have done the same. Thinking about it, you know, I should have looked it up online, basically how to connect that motherboard and stuff. But I say, having done it a lot, I think I just thought, right, well, I'll do it, and it sort of, you know, it wasn't. I knew what I was trying to connect up and all that, but it's just identifying. So you got, you know, 3 slots for putting the the SSD hard drive on it, and it doesn't number them. And they say, I find this with a lot. I don't know why they do this, but the numbering isn't the numbering, if you see what I mean. So the first hard drive slot isn't number 1. It's number 2. And you can obviously go in and change it in the BIOS sort of thing, but why? It's just, and it's like, and the RAM as well. So I was trying to explain this to someone as well. You've got like A and B, and 1 and 2. So you've got A1, you know, B1, A2, B2, and you would sort of think that, you know, to get the hyperthreading, you would put it in A1 and B1, or A1 and A2. But you don't. You put it in B1 and B2, basically. Which is like, why are they called B then? If the first ones you're meant to use are A. Why is that on the wrong side? Oh, I guess because it should be going up the top. Oh, the filter isn't right. There we go. But yeah, it's like, you know, they've done that for years. A lot of manufacturers. And it's like, well, why not just count one? You know, like numbers count. Why just randomly make up that B is the first one? SATA M2. Yeah, the SATA drive. That's right. Yeah, M2. But say another. I mean, a part of that as well, of course, as I say, I've not done it for a long time now. So a lot of the connection types have changed, and I'm just not familiar with the terminology rather than, you know, how it's meant to hook up. But we got there in the end. So this is still doing the wrong side. Why is that? Why are you not? Oh, because that's not connected properly. There we go. So this is a 4-lane coming over here. Why is it not a 4-lane here? What? Oh, you've not got... Oh. Not got inserters on it. Crushy, crushy, crushy. That's 4 now there. That's 4 now there. Is that coming through? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So this doesn't put pebbles out. Okay. I think I'm just going to leave them, but all of these pebble ones are now redundant, basically. I wonder if this recipe does pebbles. Oh, it does. Okay. So that's not so bad then. That's not so bad. Why aren't you getting chunks? Okay. Need to go. No worries. Thanks for joining me, Switching. Good luck with if you don't join the next one, then good luck with your PC build. I say it's always great fun, and don't mind me. I always moan about everything, so I'm sure I'll have a lot of fun putting it together. These guys aren't processed. Oh, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't have the pebbles, because it'll only make them when the ore backs up. Yes, here you go. Why would it back up, though? With the way I've set that up, why would it ever back up? I don't think it ever would, but that's not a problem, is it? I guess it would back up if somehow these got full. Why would these get full? Because the train was chock-a-block, but then that's not a problem? Oh, we need faster inserters on that. Can't have that. Chugging. How are we doing on power? Yes, so we could do with properly switching over to whatchamacallit. Yeah, because this is now filling. Because the recipe is different. Because it's giving 4, 2, 1. So that... Wait. Crushed Sapphirite. That one. So that 4, 1, 1... 4 became 1, 1, 2. And that's 4 becomes 2, 1. Alright, you lose some. Okay. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? So, 4 Stereotype only become 3 copper. That's a bit rubbish. So yeah, it's not going to back up then, which is fine. We don't necessarily need it to do so. But it's all ratioed up based on the other recipe, and it's different. Ah, the train has gone. Excellent. So we must have copper for days. Copper for days. Excellent, excellent. That's now coming in. Here it comes. Excellent. Cool. So we get copper in here. We can actually start making circuits again. We can start producing... I mean, we've got loads of solar panels, but I say, we can then make red circuits properly. I know they're backed up, but because I've not really used any roboports and stuff, but green circuits. I wonder how many proper logistics spots we've got rather than the mini ones. Okay, so let's go and add substations as a mini little build. And so we're not, I mean, we're not sorted, but we're kind of sorted. So actually, let's not do that and crash into the thing. Because now I've got a nice copper build that'll eventually, you know, build up properly, sort of thing, with the super slow bots, and that's great. I think it gives us... Does it give us fluorotype? Have I messed that up? Because we get... What geodes do we get out of this? It's a horrible feeling that's not sulfur. That comes out of this one. Yeah, because we get... Well, we get sulfur, don't we? Do we? What recipe is that now? Because the geodes come this way, go into these machines. Let's go and have a look at what that's actually doing. Recipe wise. Okay, so I mean, there's all sorts of bits missing that mean it won't actually run, but that's fine. So this recipe produces yellow geodes. Oh, it's sulfuric wastewater. Okay. Yeah. And it doesn't even have these in. I would need to manually kind of add some of those. But yeah, so this recipe then, what does this do? Yeah, that's just the purification stage. And this bit takes in the sulfuric wastewater and does produce sulfur. Okay. Now the sulfur then goes this way and gets turned into sulfuric acid. But it's this. Ah, yellow geodes do produce the same crystal slurry. Crystal slurry is just crystal slurry. Okay. So yellow geodes are not special. Special. They're not different. They give sulfuric wastewater as well. Oh, it's not a give situation. I thought that's how we got the... Where do we get the... to the washing? I thought we got fluoric acid out of something. Fluoric wastewater. Fluorite ore. Let's go through this again. So... well, let's do... fluoric ore. So where does that come from? Fluoric wastewater. Purple geodes. And all sorts of other things that to do with nuclear. Fluoric wastewater. I can't check. So we need... what is fluoric? Fluoric wastewater is from the purple geodes. Oh, so it's giverlite, not... okay. So if we were processing... because this is the giverlite over here. No, it's not. This one is. That one. So if we're doing the same thing with this, we will be getting purple geodes. But we don't really need to bother because... why is it not making... oh, have we run out of oxygen? We've run out of oxygen. I bet that's because this is all slagged up. Yeah, you slags. Let's go and fiddle about with that then. We've only got half an hour left. So let's at least see what we would need to do to kind of do something with slag. Am I not balancing these belts? I am balancing them. Why is it full on one side then and not the other? Because that's going into there. Oh, because that's just full? Wait. Oh no, it's going to the crushing. Ah! We're missing an underground. Okay, let's not worry then. I'm wondering if this is changed as well, because it's a bit weird that this is sort of backed up, basically. And yet we're not actually producing the full belt. I'm wondering if the ratio is different there as well. Wouldn't be surprised me. Sneaky little move like that. Okay, let's see what we would need to do with slag. So we'll add on the substation. And then investigate slag. Right. Because this hasn't got oxygen either. Okay. Where are substations? I don't think it's different, so it's just red circuits, copper, steel. So copper there. Copper and steel. So how about we underground that, and then we pull copper down this way. I am going to avoid this, but this is the bio stuff that's a bit redundant. Okay, so then we would want a machine. Like so. Boop. And then big storage box. Except that that should be there. That should be there. No, it shouldn't. That should be there. Put that there. You're going to make substations. Then you get copper, which I've not actually connected because I'm a genius. Yeah. Make me a substation, please. Okay, so we can then put second solar array in. I could also make explosive, couldn't I? And barrels and cliff explosive. Because we researched it. So, cliff explosive. But it needs grenades as well. Okay. So, is it just in... Explosive, there we go. So, coal, sulfur, water, explosive, barrels, grenades. So we know we've got, obviously, grenades here. So we could have this be cliff exploders. We would need steel for barrels. So we can maybe move that up. How do we get steel across? If this was a machine making barrels, don't know if I really need that there. So maybe that's making... So if this is making your cliff explosive, that's making your barrels. So that needs steel. So it needs explosives, and it would get the barrels. Don't quite know where we're putting the output, but it needs explosive. But what's explosive made in this mod? Because chemical plant 1 is fine, okay. So that could be... I mean, we could put that anywhere and belt it over, couldn't we? I'm not 100% sure that this... What's that connected for? Oh, that was the original sulfuric acid, wasn't it? So... And we have sulfur there. And it is going all the way over here, so... It could potentially, maybe... Where's the coal? The coal's up there. Okay. Which is going to be easiest? I think, maybe... If I put something in here, maybe? So if we put a sort of chemical plant there. We underground across. Like that. And we also give it coal. I can't do that, can I? How would we get the coal across? If we just go down. So that'll get us coal. We then want water. Which must be connected here somewhere. Is it? It's not like pure water or anything mad like that, is it? Oh! Oh, there it is. Why is it? Oh, I guess it's... Yeah. It's just regular water. Regular old, regular water. But that takes... Doesn't it? Yeah, purified water. So... Okay, water's here. Okay. Might have to shenanigans our way around that. Then... Do I need this? I mean, you know, I'm not doing any military stuff, so down to there, that'll do. And then like that. So that gets us water. We can have sulfur, if we do that. We can have coal, if we do that. So that gets us all of those ingredients. And we can just chuck it on about. Send it down here. So there's your sulfur. The output could be there. I never noticed that before. It's got a little antenna on it. That's quite cool. Yes, so if we put power in there, you're going to be cliff explosive. Let's do 2 stacks. This will be barrels. What's the nicest, easiest way of getting barrels across? I mean, I could move that inserter up. And then across there. So that would mean moving the actual machine up. Maybe even 2. So we pop. That across like that. I might as well just split it. That on there. That in there. Yeah, well, just do that. No. Then that's your barrels. Your barrels. And that's your cliff explosive. Nice. You have made substations for me. So kind. In fact, we've got loads of substations. Wow. Wow. Oh, this is what we like to see. Already building it. Yeah, let's go and put... Oh, I can't reach that, can I? I'll have to leave that one for the bots, I guess. Put these in. Squiggly improvement in solar. Yes, so we have the ability now to use the solar blueprint. We can also blow up cliffs, so we can just pop this in here and this in here and this in here. Of course, the bots are building in a really, really annoying order. But yeah, lots of lovely solar. We could even do a whole switch off on the, you know, boilers. We won't do it yet. But anyway, last 15 minutes or so, we will take a look at the slag. Now, from here, yes, is we are completely full of slag. So, let's find slag here. Slag, there we go. Usage. So we can turn it into crushed stone using a crusher, and it's just regular crushed stone. So that would be useful for here. You know, I could literally just take it over there and dump it in there. But we can also combine it with cement to make concrete. Well, those are the ways of getting it, aren't they? Not usaging it. I can make slag slurry as well. I don't even bother with that one necessarily. But concrete, is that an alt recipe? I think that's an alt recipe, isn't it? So let's have a look at. So concrete's a liquid in this. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, oh, okay. So the actual, like, liquid concrete, and then you turn it into... Oh, and you can also turn it into concrete bricks. Okay. And reinforced concrete bits. So those have got to be superior machine things, haven't they? That's got to be, you know, how you make super duper stuff, surely. Yeah, 35. Yeah, algae farms and... But level 3, so chemical furnace. Chemical furnace, okay. Level 2 boiler, electrolyzer 3. Or hatches and... Okay. So it looks like the bio stuff we would need this concrete for anyway. And this in desert environment farm. Oh yeah. Dear me. Okay. So, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Simplest thing, is this now? It's not quite dead, is it? But not far off. Simplest thing is obviously to just crush it. Because we'll free up some space here, basically, because that should prioritise the other direction, really, shouldn't it? This should be the overload. So, you know, we can blend it in there because eventually this will just go away. So I could take the stone up here. Bet these are all dead, aren't they? Yeah. So get rid of that belt. And just add it into that. I've got any red splitters. I kind of need to decide whether I'm going for my whole bus thing. You know, am I doing the same approach, or am I just going to do some smaller builds and stuff? Because I want to do a bus, then it's quite an undertaking. It is quite an undertaking. Which way are you going? You're going up. So yeah, well, actually what I could do, just have that literally go up, couldn't I? Oh wait, it's not, I've not crushed it yet, hang on. So, we have that crush. Crush stone, there we go. So, max production from these is 180 per minute. Single one of these will crush 90. So 2 will crush my entire supply. So let's do that then. But it feels like we're probably better off. Oh. You know, we could split it in some way and, you know. Yeah, so we could do one of the other recipes with it, basically. And do the concrete, and just have a priority thing that it does the concrete first. So, what else do we need to make the concrete recipe from the slag? Not concrete. Well, concrete bricks, yes, but slag, cement, and water. Oh, and that's crushed stone and limestone. In fact, isn't that what I'm sort of doing here? Isn't one of these limestone? Because we could obviously send it the other way. You know, just belt it over. Because I seem to remember this was one of my confusion points. So it's making lime from limestone. What was the recipe again? So to make concrete, we need cement. We make cement from lime and crushed stone. So that's lime, isn't it? Yeah, that's lime coming out of there. So, I think I lost the plot there because... Am I crushing it or am I... I thought I could use slag to make concrete rather than... If it's crushed stone, it's crushed stone, isn't it? So you can use slag and cement to make concrete. And cement is not something I'm making. Okay, so how do I make cement? From crushed stone and lime. Crushed stone, iron and lime. So I need both is the basic point. So what I could do instead, you see, is send the lime up and around, bring it over here, where we've got both crushed stone and slag. What do you make them in then? So cement. Ah, a powder mixer. Okay. Oh, that's the powder mixer 1. Have I got any powder mixers? Yes, apparently. Okay. Oh. So these are starting to kick in. Because they hold 200, it will take ages to empty them all. But that one's on the end. Starting to move. And so as we get a new usage for it, that'll be even better. But we have powder mixers. What do you do with a powder mixer? You can make cement, and you have to feed it crushed stone and lime to make cement. So we would need to bring lime over. And then how do we actually make this stuff? Oh, it's just an assembler. But we want slag, cement and water. Well, water's right here. So it's just an assembler. Where's... because it was a liquid, wasn't it? No recipes found. Have I not researched it? I have. Oh, it's concrete I'm looking for, not cement. Concrete, there we go. Yeah, so it comes out as a liquid. And then to turn it into the concrete bricks, we use just an assembler. Okay. Where do you live? There. Well, I guess we could turn it into concrete, like that sort of concrete, as well as concrete bricks. Oh, so you can still do the basic concrete recipe. Okay. But we can do that one. Oh, we would need stone bricks anyway. Huh, okay. Which given that's, you know, we're making them there, I think, aren't we? Yeah, stone bricks, that. So yes, this looks like a perfect area for concrete production. However, it's now 6 o'clock and I'm absolutely starving. So, I'm going to knock it on the head there. There's a couple of them moving. Have we started steel production? Have we got... Ah, there's oxygen there. Nice. So steel production has started. Or restarted. Excellent. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, there's even a little tiny dribble of oxygen in there. Cool. Yes, it feels like we should be using this as just a, overflow. We got too much slag and blah, 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 and concrete's all full up. But yeah, it feels like this needs to be, torn apart because we're basically... There's still quite a bit there, but we could rip, certainly the iron side up. Get rid of this. Get rid of it all, really. Might see if I can maybe try and, just stick a load of things on there with speeds in them. We can get rid of the steel build. And then use this space for doing concrete. Cool. Excellent. So, in fact, just before we go, actually, still haven't set the stream depth thing up. So I've not been well. So, you paid any attention to anything. So we're building away, just chugging on. Just like I put most of that in. A couple of belts missing. I don't suppose this one got put in, did it? Yeah, it looks like it has been. Yeah. Oh, they're going to struggle with some of the red belt stuff, aren't they? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Absolutely saturated on the copper. I mean, the other thing, we're going to, we are kind of running out, really. I mean, we're not, because it, or looks like we're not because it's backed up, but the amount of actual, raw ore here is rubbish, and obviously we don't really have, so we have the infinite ores here somewhere. Don't know where they are. Middle ones, I think. But to mine the infinite stuff, that's infinite sapphire. There you go. Sulfuric acid, you see. So if we're obviously producing a load of sulfur and all that sort of stuff. So I could put in a mini. In fact, there is sulfuric acid there, isn't there? Yeah, sulfuric acid is there. Okay. So I could just literally bring a pipe down and stick it in there. And same on this, I guess. I bet this needs... Might need hydrofluoric or something. Where's the infinite ones? No, sulfuric acid. Yeah, so we can pinch this sulfuric acid here once it's up and running. But yeah, it's things like, containers and all that sort of stuff that I need to add in or make sure are in the logistic system if they're built but not there. But yes, so that's it for today. I am going to go and get some dinner, but let's pop up my schedule. So, I've got the thing with a button. Here it is, isn't it? The mini stream deck thing, but you apparently have to do it basically macros and set it all up properly. Where is the schedule? Oh, it is. There we go. So yes, back tomorrow with some Tectonica, as I was explaining earlier on. I will play Tectonica. I think this is my current plan. I'll play Tectonica this week when it's just, as it is. Next week, let's just check that. Yes, so the week of the 18th is when they're saying that they're expecting to get the base building update out. So this week and next week, but the 15th, which is Friday. So basically on the Friday, the Dyson Sphere program Dark Fog comes out. On the Monday, the Tectonica base building happens. So the bit I've been umming and erring about is next week, do I stream Dark Fog? But I think I want to start Dark Fog in the new year. So next week I will stream Tectonica again. So it'll be exactly the same schedule next week. And then the week after that is Christmas. So it's wrong, actually, what I put on there. Yeah, random extra stream. That's not quite right. But yeah, so the week after that is Christmas. So I won't be streaming at all because I'll be visiting family. And then the week after that is New Year's. I will stream on New... Yeah, it's not... Yeah, I'll stream on New Year's. But I'll also do an extra stream. And that'll be when I kind of probably check out the Tectonica base building, see if I can build any of it, what it looks like, what the new stuff is, and start on Dyson Sphere program. That'll probably be like the Friday. Well, it won't be. Would it be Friday? It depends what they do with Friday Facts. I'm kind of assuming they'll go quiet for the two, but they may not. But maybe Thursday. Maybe I'll do the Thursday, the 28th, as a stream where I do both. What's the base building update about, and what can I see from Dark Fog? Yeah, that sounds like a plan. It's good to have these things pre-prepared, you know, so I'm not making them up as I go along. Yes, so that's it for today. Back tomorrow with the Tectonica, as I say. If you've been watching... Oh, I guess the other thing just to promote is the YouTube channel. I usually give that a plug because it's got the VODs for all of this series, my, Tectonica and Dyson Sphere. That's 3 playthroughs, I think, now on there, and there'll be a 4th soon, obviously. But like Bob's playthrough, Factorio 2, and Mega Base build, my first ever attempt at that. I'll have to do that again, actually. But what else? No Spoon Run. Loads and loads of streams if you want to catch up with those. But also, every Friday, I do a video running through and analysing the Friday Facts, which feedback has been positive on, and people seem to like it, and some, the people that watch it, seem to come back. So I really enjoy making them. It takes a while, but I really enjoy making those videos. So I will be continuing to do that right up until the release of the expansion. So now all that remains for me to say is, if you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers.